In math, to be literate, you must understand how to correctly use the tools mathematicians use. One of these tools is the calculator. This means I have to be able to read my calculator to understand what the answer means and if it makes sense. So if I have my calculator, I can perform basic operations. For example, on my first calculator, I can do 2 minus 2 times 4 equals 0. And on my second calculator, I can do 2 minus 2 times 4 equals negative 6. So why didn't I get the same answer? This is where having certain habits of mind is required to be a mathematician. This all comes down to the order of operations. We can remember this using PEMDAS. This stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So let's go back to our calculators. Our first calculator does not know this simple rule. Instead, it calculates whatever you put in first. So first I say 2 minus 2 equals 0. So it does that calculation right away. And then if I say times 4, what that's doing is saying 0 times 4 equals 0. On our other calculator, if you say 2 minus 2 times 4, it looks at the entire thing. So it says 2 minus 2 times 4, well, according to PEMDAS, is 2 minus 2 times 4, 2 minus 8 equals negative 6, which is in fact the correct answer. If you blindly accept whatever the calculator gives you, you might get a wrong answer. This is why in math class it's important to think like a mathematician. So now in statistics class, as students are reading a problem about how to use a random integer generator, they must be very cautious as well. On the side of the page in the textbook, there is a study tip. It reads, "Here are instructions for using the random integer generator for a TI-84 Plus for example 3. And now it just says math. The first thing I have to recognize is that the book puts rectangles around calculator buttons that I should be pressing. Math is the first one. So finding the math button on my calculator, I hit the math button. I continue to read the directions. Choose the PRB menu. What is the PRB menu? If I'm trying to remember these directions later, I should know that PRB stands for probability, which is related to the topic of statistics. I have to scroll over by pressing the arrows to select my menu. So now I keep reading. I have to select 5 rand_int parentheses. Notice this time, this direction doesn't have a rectangle around it. This means I am selecting this on the menu. Once again, it makes it easier to remember if I realize rand_int stands for random integer. It asks me to press 1, 731, 8, parentheses, and hit enter. But what do these instructions mean? Does this mean any time I need to generate a random number or a list of random numbers that I follow exactly these steps? No. I have to recognize that the 1, 731, and 8 I entered are the numbers I have to change specific to the problem. If I read the problem on the right of this study tip, I realize they are asking me to choose 8 people from a group of 731. So we have the numbers 1, 731, 8. So 8 stands for the number I want to select. So if I choose 8, I'll get 8 numbers back. 731 is the total number. So where does the 1 come from? Using my math intuition, I realize that the first two numbers actually go together. I want to select a number from 1 to 731. So I write this as 1, 731, and then I'll pick 8. Now, I know how to generalize this to solve a different problem. For example, if I want to pick two random numbers from 15 to 40, I would enter this as math, then I go over to probability, I go down to random integer, and I want to select a number from 15, 40, and I want to select two of them. And then I hit enter, and the number it picks are 39 and 39. Well, my directions said to continue to press enter will generate more random samples of this time 2 integers. So if I press enter again, the next two numbers it gives me are 16 and 17. If I wanted another two numbers, 33 and 40. In both of these cases, knowing how to press buttons and follow directions did not always result in the right answer. So, being able to read your calculator is fundamental to being successful in mathematics. Get it, boys?